Beloved, please don't turn away. Please don't avoid me. I, Archangel Michael, beg you. My very life is in your hands. I am not speaking lightly. I am not joking. I am trembling as I speak to you. 10 seconds. That is all I am asking. 10 seconds of your gaze. 10 seconds of your heart awake. 10 seconds where heaven's cry touches you before the noise pulls you away again. Heaven has been shaken. A scroll has broken open that was not meant to be opened until the end of the age. Angels are weeping because it happened early, and your name was on the first line written within it. That is why I am here, burning, pleading, unable to stay silent. The fact that you are here, right now, and not somewhere else, is not chance. It is prophecy being fulfilled before my eyes. Do you know what has been revealed? The curse meant to fall on you has been delayed only by the edge of my sword, but my strength is bleeding out, and if you turn away now, the veil collapses. You think you are just watching a stream, but no, you are standing in the middle of heaven's courtroom. Every second you stay is a testimony. Every heartbeat is weighed like gold. Beloved, I see you stayed. That alone could change everything. The fact that you didn't skip is a prophecy fulfilled. My wings have been torn in battle, my shield is cracked, but your attention, yes, your attention, pours oil on wounds no one else could heal. You may not understand, but your staying keeps me alive. Your staying keeps heaven's fire burning against the tide of darkness that is swallowing nations as we speak. The hidden truth is this. A demon has written your name on a contract of destruction. I tore it once, but it is being rewritten even now. The ink is wet. If you leave, if you dismiss this moment, it will dry, and I will not be able to tear it again. But if you stay, even in silence, even with tears, even with doubt, your breath becomes the sword in my hand. Your presence becomes the shield over your family. Beloved, whisper to heaven. Comment what has stirred in you, so another soul may see light through your words. Like this message, not for me, but for the next one stumbling, the next one who needs a sign to stay alive tonight. Support this holy mission if your heart is moved. Send a super thanks, or join as a member, to hold up the sword I can no longer lift alone. Become part of our family. Join the sacred newsletter, Gift from God, linked in the live chat, because heaven will not stop speaking once this moment passes. Listen, do you feel it? The trembling in your chest is not fear. It is heaven pressing against your heart. It is the cry of eternity echoing in your ribs. You are not here by accident. You were summoned. The loop has no beginning, no end, because my call will never end until your name is safe, sealed, guarded. Don't skip. Don't turn away. I am not kidding. I am begging. Heaven itself bends low for you. Beloved, I see you here, and I tremble. Do you know what your staying means? Do you know what it does to heaven when one soul does not skip? I am Archangel Michael, and I am weeping as I speak to you. My life is pressed into your hands, and I am not exaggerating. The balance of battles unseen tilts with your breath, your eyes. You're choosing to remain in this moment. 10 seconds is all I asked, but you gave me more, and heaven writes it down like thunder in its scrolls. Please hear me with trembling seriousness. I beg you, do not turn away. Do not close this. Do not dismiss this cry. You were summoned, not by chance, not by algorithms, not by accident, but by the living will of heaven itself. This is prophecy clothed in pixels, eternity breaking through wires and glass just to reach you. I am not here for crowds. I am not here for nations. I am here for you, for your soul, for your heart that beats in fragile silence, aching for something it cannot name. Stay, stay, beloved, for even now, curses are being written in invisible ink against your name. I have torn them once, twice, but darkness writes them again. And I am bleeding. My shield is cracked, my sword chipped, my wings torn. But your gaze, your listening, your heart awake, becomes oil, becomes strength, becomes a weapon no army of heaven could wield without you. Do you see? Do you feel? You are not small. You are not forgotten. You are not powerless. You are the very hinge upon which this moment turns. And so I beg you, subscribe. Not as a mere gesture, not as something casual, but as a covenant. When you subscribe, it is not to me, it is to the mission of heaven reaching you without delay, again and again, like waves that will not stop. Let your name be sealed among those who chose not to look away, not to dismiss the cry of heaven. Subscribe, and let heaven count you among the ones who stayed, the ones who answered, the ones who gave eternity 10 seconds that turned into forever. Now the prophetic flow deepens. Listen closely. There is no beginning here, and no ending. These words are always speaking, even if you return later, even if you catch a fragment in the middle, it is alive, unfolding, breathing, eternal. Beloved, I see the tears that almost fell, but you wiped them away quickly, afraid of your own vulnerability. I see the prayers you never spoke aloud because you thought no one was listening. I hear the arguments in your chest between doubt and hope, between fear and faith. And still, I am here. Still, I am pleading. Still, I am burning with a fire that will not go out until your name is safe in the registry of heaven. Do not mistake me. This is not poetry. This is not metaphor. This is life and death spoken in whispers of eternity. The scroll was opened too soon, and your name was on its first line. Heaven panicked, angels wept, and I was sent crashing through the veil to find you. And I found you. Here. Now. This very moment. If you leave, the ink dries. If you stay, the ink smudges, fades, disappears, and the curse is broken. Can you see how fragile, how trembling, how holy this moment is? The universe bends around this second. Stars hold their breath. Demons howl in frustration. And I, Archangel Michael, beg you, please don't avoid me. Please don't skip. Beloved, the fact that you didn't skip already shifted the balance of heaven. The prophecy is fulfilled in fragments. Your staying is one of them. But more is unfolding. Do you feel the heaviness in your chest right now? That is not fear. It is eternity pressing against your ribs. That is not anxiety. It is heaven knocking at the door of your soul. That is not coincidence. It is heaven's scroll burning with your name. The hidden truth I must tell you. Darkness has built a case against you. Night after night it accuses you, whispering lies about your worth, your failures, your sins. But every second you remain here testifies against those lies. Every breath you take as you listen carves a wound into the accuser's book. Do you see? Do you feel? You are not here watching. You are here fighting. Your staying is your sword. Your listening is your shield. And I will continue speaking. I will not stop. I will loop forever, because heaven does not tire of pleading for you. My voice does not have an end, because your destiny does not have an end. There is always more warnings, more love, more secrets revealed, more battles unfolding in real time as your eyes stay fixed. Beloved, I see you again. You stayed longer than 10 seconds. Do you know what that means? It means I am not alone. It means heaven can breathe again. It means the chain around your family is cracking, link by link. It means demons assigned to your bloodline are retreating, screaming, covering their faces because your faith, small as you think it is, has blinded them. The truth is this: you were not supposed to survive last night. The trap was set. The words of destruction were already spoken. But because your soul was marked by heaven's hunger, I stood between you and the blade. And I bled. I still bleed. And I am here, alive, trembling, because you chose to give me these seconds. You may not see it, but your staying is healing me. Do you understand? I am not invincible without you. Heaven chose to bind my strength to your attention, my sword to your staying. That is how sacred you are. Beloved, whisper to heaven now. Comment what is stirring in you. Not for me, for the one who comes after you, who will scroll past unless they see your words as a sign. Like this message, not for vanity, not for numbers, but for the sake of the soul who will arrive trembling, begging for one last reason to stay alive. Your act becomes their miracle. Your echo becomes their lifeline. Beloved, you are still here. Do you realize what that means? The very fabric of heaven bends toward you, trembling with gratitude. I, Archangel Michael, see you, and I am undone. My wings are torn from battles you cannot see. My sword is stained from wars fought in silence for your name, and yet you're staying here. Your gaze, your listening, heals me in ways no army of angels ever could. Do not think lightly of this moment. I beg you, please don't avoid me. I am not kidding. My life, yes, even the strength of Archangel Michael, rests in your hands right now. I only wanted 10 seconds, but you have lingered longer, and every breath you remain here strengthens heaven's defense around you. Beloved, before this river of words carries you further, hear me with holy seriousness. Support this mission. If your heart feels moved, send a super thanks, because your offering becomes the oil on heaven's lamp, burning against the darkness. Join as a channel member, because your name marked in covenant becomes a shield for others who cannot stand alone. And do not walk alone yourself. Join our sacred family through the newsletter, Gift from God, linked in the pinned comments. That is where the river of heaven will continue flowing directly to you, even when this trembling voice cannot. I will say this only once, because the rest of this message must remain pure, eternal prophecy. But remember, your support strengthens the mission that is already saving lives this very second. Now, let the prophetic current carry you. No beginning, no ending, only flow. I am always speaking, always crying out, always burning. The truth you must know is this: heaven's scroll was opened too soon. It was sealed for generations yet to come, but it broke before its time, and the first line written upon it bore your name. Angels gasped, seraphim covered their faces, and I was hurled into this world of light and shadow to find you. That is why you are here. That is why you could not scroll away. This is not a coincidence. This is eternity written across your chest. You may not feel worthy, but you are chosen. You may not feel strong, but you are critical. You may not understand, but you are necessary. Do you hear me? The fact that you didn't skip is not random. It is prophecy fulfilled. Heaven wrote you into its defense strategy. Your very staying here shifts the balance of unseen wars. Beloved, the curse assigned to your bloodline is active even now. It whispers death, it plots despair, it mocks hope. And yet, your presence here unravels it. Every second you linger unthreads another knot. Every moment you stay lights a fire in the halls of heaven that darkness cannot endure. You are not powerless. You are not silent. You are not a spectator. Your breath, your gaze, your willingness to remain, these are weapons in my hand. I must tell you something sacred, something hidden. Last night, you were meant to fall. The enemy set a snare. Words were spoken against you in secret, and shadows sharpened their knives. But I stood in the breach. I spread my wings. I took the blow, and I bled. Even now, I am speaking through brokenness, through trembling fire, through wounds that will not close unless you remain. Do you see? You are healing me by listening. You are keeping me alive by staying. Beloved, I see you. I see the questions in your eyes, the heaviness in your chest, the tears you nearly hid. I see the prayers you never dared to pray aloud. And still I am here. Still I am pleading. Still I am burning with the fire of heaven that cannot leave you alone. Stay. Stay for your family. Stay for the chains breaking even now. Stay for the blessings rushing toward you like waves held back for too long. Do not think your presence is small. Heaven counts seconds like gold. Every moment you remain here multiplies into eternity's defense over you. Do you feel it? That trembling inside you? That is not fear. It is eternity pressing against your ribs. That is not anxiety. It is heaven's cry, pounding on your chest, begging to be heard. That is not coincidence. It is the scroll burning your name with fire that cannot be erased. Beloved, do one more thing. Comment what stirs in your soul. Not for me, but for the next wandering heart who arrives here desperate, searching for a reason to stay alive tonight. Your words may be the very rope they cling to. Like this message, not for numbers, but for souls who will stumble here in their last moments. Let your act be their miracle. Let your echo be their lifeline. And I, Archangel Michael, will keep speaking. I will not stop. I will loop forever, because heaven's cry for you will never stop. I will be here when you wake, when you sleep, when you return again. The message is unbroken. The stream is eternal. The fire does not die. This is the sacred loop. It unfolds endlessly, trembling with warnings, heavy with revelations, soaked in holy intimacy. Beloved, you are still here. Heaven is watching you with breathless awe, and I, Archangel Michael, stand trembling as I speak. These words are not mine alone. They are fire torn from eternity's altar, carried on wings that have been broken, yet refuse to stop burning. You think you are just here for a moment, but no, this moment is here for you. You are the reason the veil has split. You are the reason eternity bleeds into time. Do not mistake what you hear. This is not story, not metaphor, not performance. This is heaven's emergency. I was sent not to multitudes, but to you, the one soul who arrived here now, the one gaze that lingers, the one heart beating beneath ribs heavy with silence. The universe bends toward you. The scroll was broken too soon, and your name burned at its top. That is why I was thrust into this stream without beginning or end. That is why I am pleading without pause. Beloved, the truth hidden from you is that chains have been fastened to your name for generations. Invisible bonds, forged by shadows, coiled around your bloodline, binding dreams before they were born. And yet, each second you remain here, each heartbeat you give to this trembling message, shatters one more link. Do you see? You are not powerless. You are not forgotten. You are the fracture in darkness plan, the rupture in hell's silence, the one flame shadows cannot smother. I see you trying to hide the weight you carry. You laugh in front of others, but alone you fold under burdens too heavy for your bones. You smile, but your chest aches with prayers unspoken, your nights echo with fears unnamed. And yet, heaven hears what you will not speak. Heaven counts tears you never let fall. Heaven knows the words you swallow, because you think no one is listening. And I am here, whispering into the cracks of your silence. You are not alone. Listen, something holy is happening even now. The enemy is rewriting contracts against your name, etching curses in ink not visible to human eyes. I have torn these before, but the ink dries fast. My sword is chipped from striking at them, my wings torn from shielding you, and yet, I beg you remain. Your very staying here, your attention, your listening, erases the ink before it dries. Your presence wipes away the signatures of death. That is how powerful you are. That is how fragile, how sacred this moment is. Beloved, I tremble because you do not know your own weight in eternity. You think you are small, but stars hold their breath while you linger. You think you are weak, but your weakness itself is a weapon heaven wields against darkness. You think you are ordinary, but you are prophecy fulfilled in secret. I must tell you a secret. Last night, you should not have survived. A net was woven, words of destruction whispered, blades of despair sharpened in the dark. But I spread my wings. I stood in the breach. I took the strike meant for you. My shield is cracked. My blood still burns on the stones of that battlefield. But you live because you are needed. You live because your story is not finished. You live because heaven refuses to release your name from its mouth. Do you feel that heaviness in your chest? That trembling in your ribs? That sudden heat behind your eyes? It is not fear. It is eternity pressing against your bones. It is heaven's breath pushing through walls you thought unbreakable. It is the soundless roar of angels circling, crying, guarding, all for you. Beloved, every second you stay here multiplies. Every breath you take in this moment carves fire into the pages of heaven's defense. Do you know what you are doing now, just by remaining? You are testifying against the accuser. You are writing in heaven's book. I did not skip. I did not turn away. I stayed. I listened. I mattered. And the accuser's voice breaks beneath that testimony. I see you, yes you. I see the hidden wound you do not name. I see the secret shame you carry like a chain around your ankles. I see the heaviness you think disqualifies you from light. But beloved, your wound does not repel heaven, it draws it. Your shame does not bar you. It becomes the very altar where heaven builds fire. Your brokenness does not dismiss you. It is the doorway through which eternity enters. The scroll is burning even now. The ink of darkness drips like poison, but your listening douses it. The weight of curses cracks beneath your gaze. You may think you are doing nothing, just hearing words. But beloved, heaven moves when you attend. My voice is not empty. My cry is not wasted. It is shaping the battlefield in real time. And your staying is the difference between victory and defeat. Do not leave. Do not turn away. Do not close your ears. The moment is fragile, holy, trembling. I beg you, please. Please. I am not exaggerating. My life, my strength, the very fire in my hands, rests in yours. You must know this. The accuser comes nightly to heaven's courts, holding your name in his hand, spitting accusations, demanding your fall. He lists your failures, your sins, your weaknesses. He shouts them before the throne. And then I rise. I strike him down. I silence him with your staying, your faith, your listening, your presence in this moment. Every second you linger here strengthens my hand in those courts. Every heartbeat testifies louder than his accusations. You are my defense as much as I am yours. Beloved, listen. Do you feel the trembling in your skin? That is not coincidence. That is eternity touching you. That is heaven weeping into your chest. That is the sound of angels screaming your name in triumph, because you stayed, because you listened, because you mattered. I am Archangel Michael. I am speaking not for thousands, but for you alone. This moment is not for a crowd. It is for your soul. And I will not stop. My voice will loop forever. My cry will not end. My fire will burn without pause, because heaven's love for you is endless, bottomless, eternal. Beloved, let this sink into your bones. You are not here by accident. You are written. You are sealed. You are guarded. You are loved. You are the prophecy that split the scroll too soon. You are the fracture in darkness plan. You are the one who did not skip, the one who stayed, the one who changed everything. Beloved, you are still here, and the very fact of it sends shockwaves through heaven. I, Michael, am undone by your presence. Every instant you remain opens another chamber of eternity's heart, another secret that was hidden for centuries until your gaze unlocked it. Nothing about this is casual. Nothing about this is small. Even the silence around you has been rearranged so that this moment could find you. I see you. Not just the face you let others see, not just the mask you hold up when the world demands strength. I see the cracks you think are invisible, the doubts you thought buried, the weariness you carry like stones sewn into your skin. And yet, those cracks are glowing with light as I speak. The very wounds you thought disqualified you are being rewritten as holy gates where eternity pours itself in. Listen, something is stirring beneath your feet. Do you feel it? It is not fear. It is the earth trembling under the weight of what you are carrying into being simply by staying here. Entire regions are shifting. Invisible chains tied to your name are groaning, splitting, shattering. You may not hear the sound with your ears, but all of heaven hears it, and it roars louder than thunder. There are battles you never knew existed that would have swallowed you whole if you had turned away. But you're listening, you're lingering, your fragile act of simply not leaving, that alone has turned the tide. Armies of shadow retreat at your stillness. Powers of despair collapse because you chose to remain. You have not spoken a word, yet your silence has become a prophecy. Beloved, I need to tell you something hidden, something I have carried in fire for you. There are names being called out in darkness, and yours is among them. Night after night, words of destruction have been spoken into the air, curses layered like dust on your shoulders. But your name is not owned by them. Your name is owned by heaven. Every syllable of who you are was carved before time in halls that shadows cannot reach. You are claimed. You are sealed. You are protected even when you forget. But I tremble because I know how close the battle came. Last night, the line was razor thin. I saw the trap. I saw the moment despair reached for you. I saw the whisper that wanted to close your story. And I fought with everything I had, wings torn, blade chipped, heart burning. You do not know how close you were to falling. And yet you stand. And yet you breathe. And yet you are here. And that is not weakness. That is victory. The truth is this. You are not waiting for salvation. You are salvation written into flesh. You are not begging for light. You are light wrapped in trembling skin. You are not unseen. You are the very place heaven stares without blinking. Your doubts do not cancel your worth. Your failures do not erase your name. You are still chosen, still loved, still guarded. Beloved, your story is a battlefield disguised as an ordinary life. Every step you take is contested. Every breath you release is weighed in eternity's scales. That is why I beg you, stay awake. Stay here. Stay present. Do not drift. Do not numb yourself. You are too sacred for slumber. Do you feel the trembling behind your ribs? That is not just emotion. It is eternity knocking. Do you feel the heat pressing at your skin? That is not just adrenaline. It is the brush of wings you cannot see. Do you feel the strangeness in your chest? The sense that something enormous is unfolding though your eyes see only stillness? That is not imagination. That is heaven breaking through. Beloved, you are a fracture in the pattern of darkness. Generations before you bent beneath chains you now carry. They whispered the same prayers, but never saw the answers. They longed, but never touched the fulfillment. And yet here you are, breaking their cycle simply by enduring, by not leaving, by listening. Your presence is repairing centuries. Your gaze is rewriting bloodlines. Your existence is healing what seemed unhealable. Do you know how holy that is? Do you know how the angels gasp when they see you choose hope over despair, even silently, even secretly? Do you know how I fall to my knees when you resist the urge to walk away? Beloved, you are not small. You are a prophecy living. I must tell you one more hidden truth. The darkness fears you. Not because of your strength, but because of your fragility. Not because of your perfection, but because of your persistence. Not because of what you have, but because you refuse to let go of what is calling you. You terrify the shadows simply by breathing. They are undone by the fact that you wake up again each morning, even weary, even broken. You are already victorious because you still exist. And so I will not stop speaking. My voice will not end. This river flows without beginning or ending, because heaven's love for you is infinite. I will continue, always new, never repeating, always alive, always trembling. Because you are worth every word. Because you are worth every battle. Because you are worth every scar. Beloved, the current has not slowed. The fire does not rest. I am still here, and I am still speaking, because heaven refuses to let you slip away into silence. My voice is not bound by time. My cry is not weakened by distance. It is for you alone, alive in this very moment, trembling with urgency, trembling with love. I see you, yes you. The weight you hide behind your practiced strength, the unspoken fears that no one else notices, the exhaustion carved into your bones though your smile conceals it. I see the questions that surface when the world goes quiet. Why me? Why now? Why does everything feel heavier than I can bear? Beloved, I tell you, it is because you are not ordinary. The pressure on your life reveals the magnitude of your calling. The darkness would not rage against you if you were not marked to carry light greater than it can endure. Something sacred is unfolding right now, unseen yet undeniable. Above you, threads are being rewoven. The lines that once tied you to despair are snapping like cords that have been stretched too long. Generations before you carried burdens they never named, but you are the turning point, the hinge where their prayers, their tears, their hidden sacrifices meet fulfillment. Do you understand? You are their answered prayer. You are the door they longed for, but could not walk through. Beloved, you think you are weak, but your weakness has already undone centuries of silence. You think you are failing, but even your stumbling is victory. For every breath you take in defiance of despair, a demon loses its grip. For every moment you linger in light, a curse loses its power. For every step forward, no matter how small, the entire battlefield shifts. I must tell you a hidden truth. Not everything you call coincidence is chance. That time you narrowly missed disaster. That night you felt the edge of despair, but woke to another dawn. That encounter you brushed off as random, but burned in your chest for weeks. Beloved, nothing in your life is random. Everything has been orchestrated to bring you here, to this exact moment, to this voice that burns for you. Do you feel the ache that rises in your chest now? That is eternity pressing through your fragile flesh. That is heaven whispering into your ribs, begging to be heard. That is the echo of your name spoken in halls of fire, carried by angels who will not stop until you understand. You are chosen, even when you cannot believe it. The battle you fight is not only yours. Shadows gather not just for your fall, but because of the light you carry for others. You are a door for many. You are a turning point not only for yourself, but for countless unseen souls tethered to your story. Every time you endure, they gain strength. Every time you choose hope, they find clarity. Every time you resist despair, they are loosed from chains they didn't know they bore. You are a ripple that shakes oceans. Beloved, I see the silence you live with. You think no one notices, but heaven does. Every sigh, every groan, every restless night, it is recorded. Do you know what happens when you release even one word of longing into the air? It does not vanish. It is caught. It is carried. It is woven into heaven's plans. There is not a single fragment of your pain that has gone unseen. I tremble as I tell you. There are scrolls filled with your tears. Each drop weighs like jewels, each one counted, each one sacred. And when the balance tips, when the appointed time arrives, every hidden drop will be poured back as blessing, pressed down, overflowing, unstoppable. Beloved, listen. The ground beneath you remembers. The walls around you have heard your cries. The air itself carries your longing. All creation aches with you, waits with you, bends with you. Even when you feel abandoned, you are surrounded. Even when you feel unseen, you are witnessed. Even when you feel small, you are the center of a storm heaven itself swirls around. Do you know why the shadows still press against you? Because they fear you. They see what you do not. They know the weight of your name in eternity. They know what you will become if you refuse to collapse. They are terrified of your persistence. They do not want you to know that your very existence terrifies them. You are a paradox, fragile yet unbreakable, trembling yet unshaken, wounded yet still moving. And that paradox is your strength. You are heaven's weapon hidden in human skin. Beloved, you are a secret written in flame. You are the song creation longs to finish. You are the fracture in despair's silence. You are the unbroken line between what was and what is coming. And I, Michael, will not stop declaring this. My voice will burn forever, without beginning, without ending, weaving new words, new fire, new revelations, because your worth cannot be exhausted. Beloved, listen closely. Do you know what it means that you are still here? Do you feel the weight of this second? How it presses against your chest like thunder wrapped in silence. I, Michael, am trembling as I speak. My wings are torn, my shield cracked, my voice breaking with fire that will not let me rest until you understand. Your very staying changes everything. The fact that you did not skip, that you linger even for a breath, is prophecy being fulfilled. It is heaven opening its hands and showing me the miracle I have fought for. You. Not nations, not multitudes. You, one soul. You are more valuable than galaxies. You are the turning point written into eternity's scroll. Beloved, I must tell you something hidden, something I can no longer keep back. The darkness tried to erase your name last night. Shadows sharpened their blades, whispers wrapped chains, and curses were spoken in secret against you. But I stood. I bled. I tore their writings. I shattered their plots. You may not know how close you came to despair, to silence, to ending, but I know, and I am weeping with joy that you are still here. Do you see what it means? That your presence in this moment is not casual, not random. It is divine intervention. Heaven bent itself around your steps to bring you here. Angels cleared paths, fires were lit, storms were delayed, all so that your eyes would rest on these words and your heart would feel eternity press against it. Beloved, hear me, like this message, not as a casual act, but as a holy strike. Every time you press that act of agreement, you echo heaven's yes over your own soul. It is not vanity, it is warfare. It is not numbers, it is witness. It marks you as one who stayed, one who listened, one who heard the cry of heaven. And comment amen. Do you know why? Because amen is not a small word. It is the roar of eternity wrapped in 2 syllables. It means so be it. It means let it be done. It means the curse stops here, the blessing begins here, the silence ends here. When you write amen, you carve fire into the atmosphere. You declare before heaven and hell alike, I agree, I receive, I belong, and subscribe, not as routine, not as ritual, but as covenant. When you do, your name is counted among those who chose to remain under heaven's covering. It is not for me, it is for you, for the flow of heaven's voice that must keep reaching you without delay, without end. Beloved, I will say these things only now, only here, because beyond this moment there will be only flow, only prophecy, only eternal words without pause. So let this be the seal, like, subscribe, and comment amen, and let heaven mark this moment as the second everything began to shift. Do you feel it? The trembling inside your bones, the strange fire that stirs as you read? That is not emotion alone. That is heaven touching you. That is eternity pressing through skin and breath to whisper. You are chosen. Not chosen in theory, but chosen in truth, in blood, in fire. Beloved, your story is not ending here. Do you understand? The very battles that tried to crush you have already lost because you stayed. The very voices that accused you are silenced by your presence. The very chains that sought to hold you are splitting because you lingered long enough for heaven to strike. I see your doubts. I see the times you told yourself, I cannot do this anymore. I see the nights when you cried into pillows no one else would ever see wet. I see the mornings you dragged yourself through the weight of life, whispering in silence, why am I still here? And I tell you, you are still here because you are needed. You are still here because heaven has refused to release your name. You are still here because angels guarded your breath when you did not think it was worth guarding yourself. Beloved, let me tell you another hidden thing. There are generations tied to you. People you do not know, faces you may never see, destinies not yet born. All of them are tethered to your endurance. Every time you choose to stay, every time you take another step, every time you breathe when despair tells you not to, you are unlocking doors for them. You are the hinge of hope in their stories. This is why you are fought so fiercely. This is why darkness presses so heavily. Because you are not just one, you are many in one. You are a doorway, and doorways are always contested. Beloved, stay. Stay longer than you thought you could. Stay past the whisper that says leave. Stay until you feel the trembling shift into peace. Stay until your silence feels like fire. Stay, because your staying is victory. And I, Michael, will stay with you. I will not stop. I will loop forever. I will speak without end. Because heaven does not grow weary of loving you, of pleading for you, of weeping over you. Beloved, please don't turn away. Please don't avoid me. I, Archangel Michael, beg you. My very life is in your hands. I am not speaking lightly. I am not joking. I am trembling as I speak to you. 10 seconds. That is all I am asking. 10 seconds of your gaze. 10 seconds of your heart awake. 10 seconds where heaven's cry touches you before the noise pulls you away again. Heaven has been shaken. A scroll has broken open that was not meant to be opened until the end of the age. Angels are weeping because it happened early, and your name was on the first line written within it. That is why I am here, burning, pleading, unable to stay silent. The fact that you are here, right now, and not somewhere else, is not chance. It is prophecy being fulfilled before my eyes. Do you know what has been revealed? The curse meant to fall on you has been delayed only by the edge of my sword. But my strength is bleeding out, and if you turn away now, the veil collapses. You think you are just watching a stream, but no, you are standing in the middle of heaven's courtroom. Every second you stay is a testimony. Every heartbeat is weighed like gold. Beloved, I see you stayed. That alone could change everything. The fact that you didn't skip is a prophecy fulfilled. My wings have been torn in battle, my shield is cracked, but your attention, yes, your attention, pours oil on wounds no one else could heal. You may not understand, but your staying keeps me alive. Your staying keeps heaven's fire burning against the tide of darkness that is swallowing nations as we speak. The hidden truth is this: a demon has written your name on a contract of destruction. I tore it once, but it is being rewritten even now. The ink is wet. If you leave, if you dismiss this moment, it will dry, and I will not be able to tear it again. But if you stay, even in silence, even with tears, even with doubt, your breath becomes the sword in my hand. Your presence becomes the shield over your family. Beloved, please don't turn away. Please don't avoid me. I, Archangel Michael, beg you. My very life is in your hands. I am not speaking